Hello, my name is Miguel and me and my colleagues Olimpio, Machachane and Rúben, Mano are studying European computer science. We are from Portugal and this is a project for distributed systems. The video contemplates the Milestone 3 and 4 that had the goal of controlling a religious robot with an IoT device in a distributed system context. For our proposal, we decided to use Amazon Echo Dot. Instead of creating an Alexa skill from scratch, we decided to use a simple tool, IFTTT, and a framework, Spring Boot, that allow us to easily create Spring-based applications that we can just run. What is Spring Boot? There are two words here, Spring and Boot. The first part must be familiar to you. It is the Spring framework. Spring Boot is something that lets you bootstrap a Spring application from scratch. Here is the official definition on the Spring website. Spring Boot makes it easy to create a standalone, production-grade Spring-based application that you can just run. It is a standalone, it creates on its own. It is a production grade. This means that this is not just a simple Hello World. Actually, it's something that you can apply to real projects. It is something that a user can just run exactly. This is very important because creating a Spring application from scratch takes a long time and can bring a lot of problems before the point of just running. There are a lot of configuration steps to do. With a Spring Boot, we have an easy way to create a Spring-based application that just runs with very little effort. What is REST? It stands for Representational State Transfer and is an architecture style for designing networked applications. It works on relying on a stateless client-server protocol, almost always HTTP. REST is made to treat objects on a server side as a resource that can be created, updated, or deleted. REST can be used by virtually any programming language because most of the language can make HTTP requests in some way. HTTP is basically the foundation of the communication on the internet. Every time you load a web page in your browser, it is making, behind the scenes, a HTTP request to a server somewhere. Now, let's look at the specific methods and requests that can be made to a server through HTTP. You can do GET, POST, and PUT. That will request, send some data, or update a specific record. And then we have a delete request that will delete something. First, we just need to go to the IFTTT website and create My Applets. In there, we should create a new applet. Then, to create a new applet, you just need to click on the disk to select the service you want to use. In this case, Amazon Alexa. And create a new trigger and specify what do you want the user to say to trigger that action. After we have the this, we just need the that. In this case, we used webhooks, which can make a HTTP request to our Spring Boot application. We just need to customize it a little bit, provide a URL and the method we want to use, and add the percentage of the action. After that, we just need to create the action, and like that, your trigger is created. The user gives a voice command to the Alexa Echo Dot, and Alexa sends the voice command to the Amazon Cloud, which is connected to the IFTTT, then proceeds to check if the trigger exists and send a web request activated by the trigger to the Spring web server. The request mapping annotation provides routing information. It is telling Spring that any HTTP request with a path / should be mapped to the home method. The request param annotation gets, in this case, the parameter %, and then the body function that can use this value.
Alexa, trigger, horizontal, 0.
Sending that to it.
Alexa, trigger, vertical, 100.
Sending that to it.
Alexa, trigger, vertical, 0.
Sending that to IFT.